Continuing the conversation on immigration, joining us now on 710 KURV Hidalgo County Judge Ramon Garcia. Sir, it's good talking to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we weren't able to make it, or for individuals who weren't able to make it to the big event that was last week, I think it was at the Mission Chamber. What was said, and what do you think will be accomplished because of it?
Well, I'm not sure how much will be accomplished. There was too much political, partisan back and forth. They're both sides trying to win points, and I think we're getting the issues confused. You have the governor talking about securing the border, which sounds a great line. We need to secure the border. Obama secure the border. Please secure the border. And the problem is, it's not if we're talking on the issue of the influx of illegal immigrant children and families from Central America. I'm not talking about drugs or terrorists or anything like that. I'm talking about that particular issue, which is the one that we're trying to address. They were trying to say that we needed to bring the National Guard. These kids are not, these families they're not criminals. They're coming in. They're not hiding. They're not running away. They're crossing onto the U.S. soil and looking for a border patrolman to turn themselves into, so they can be processed, as you were earlier saying in your station and your comments, and be given a notice to appear, which is going to be about 2 years down the road.
Oh, goodness.
And they're interpreting that to mean it's a permit, and which, frankly, that's the way it looks like it.
Yeah.
So that I feel is what is encouraging more people from coming. But that thing came about as a result of a 2008 law. And we are a nation of laws. We don't go out there and pick the laws that we like or don't like in order to enforce or not enforce. And as a result, that law requires that when you're dealing with these type of individuals other than Mexicans, but from Central America, they're required to be given a hearing. If they come in and say, I need asylum, I fear for my life, I'm violence that is in the country is horrendous, and that's where we're coming. Well, we need to give them a hearing, and right now we don't have the adequate number of immigration judges or public defenders to represent them.
Judge, you brought up.
Let me tell you, a really good looking at the map, and you see that they have to cross into Mexico from Central America.
Yeah,
that's a 300-mile border. If we're talking about securing a border, that's the one we need to block them at, so that this, by the time they get here to the U.S., that's, I think, a little late.
Judge, you mentioned a lot of different things. You got the children immigrants, which that's a definitely humanitarian crisis. You have the county, which is what you're overseeing. You have the state of Texas, and you have the federal government. These four people need to come together to fix this. Who's doing it right, and who's screwing up royally?
Well, I don't think anyone is really screwing up that badly. The governor, the effort that he's making is getting money in, sending money from Texas that he's trying to get reimbursed for it. They have to fill in the gaps left open by the Border Patrol becoming data processors and travel agents trying to, place these families. And whatever gap they're leaving, that's being filled in by DPS, which is needed.
Yeah.
The Obama administration is trying to comply with the law. I don't want to say them. I'm talking about the Border Patrol now. They don't belong to any administration, but they're out there trying to enforce the law that was passed in 1968 before Obama became president. But the law requires them to provide these hearings, and they're trying to comply with that particular law. I'm sure that left in their hands, they would probably do things different. But in our country, we follow the law. We don't think it's adequate. We change it.
Yeah.
And the problem is getting both sides together to change it.
Yeah, that's a problem that's been around, I think, since Adam and Eve. I would go so far as to imagine. Joining us now on 710 KURV, Judge Ramon Garcia.
Judge Tim Sullivan here. Much of the testimony, as you mentioned, was taken up by Governor Perry, who kind of sidetracked the discussion a bit away from the more pertinent matter of the children. And with a committee stacked with Republicans, do you fear that the testimony from yourself, Sheriff Guerra, the Border Patrol Sector Chief Kevin Oakes, may not be given adequate or equal weight?
Well, they were all, they were cheerleaders, some of them. I mean, there was no question that they were towing the line of we need to secure the border, which is a very good thing to accomplish. We can never define it, but
that's a good point.
I do think that I showed them some pictures, and on those pictures, I said, "Look, these people are coming on a train. 99% of them or so are get on top of a train, not even inside. They board a train on the roof of the train, on the top of the train. That train is called La Bestia. The pictures I showed them were of thousands of human beings from Central America sitting on top of a train on their way to America."
Is there anything the Obama administration should be doing more of, in your mind, to stem the tide and relieve the workload of the county, the city, and local charities?
I would think that the Obama administration should send Secretary Kerry to try to work out some kind of agreement with the Guatemalan consulate and the Mexican consulate to stop the influx there at the border of Guatemala and Mexico. I would think that if that's falling short, somebody owns that train. Maybe we can work out some kind of an understanding where they will not allow that to be occurring. Short of that, let's get more judges and let's provide more hearings and let's get in process according to what the law in place requires us to do.
So basically, this issue is not going away anytime soon.
I don't see it. In the meantime, it's cost our county taxpayers about $58,000 to $60,000.
Really, just this last month?
It was a greater amount the first time because we had to provide equipment. We were providing portable showers and portable toilets, and we're allowing some staff people to assist in the processing, and not at the Border Patrol, but in the processing at the once they get to the Catholic Charities Red Cross facilities. When you add it all up, that's about what it amounts to. So we're hoping that number one that this situation is stopped in some way, or that we're reimbursed because this is not our issue. We didn't create it. We can't stop it. And but we're not going to ignore the humanitarian needs of human beings. I don't believe that's what we're about.
I'm with you on that, Judge. Judge, it's always good talking to you, sir. That's Judge Ramon Garcia joining us on 710 KURV.